Service water-cooled or brine-cooled chiller. Hello, my name is Charmadi. I hope you are all excited for today's session. In this module, we are going to learn to service water-cooled or brine-cooled chillers. At the end of this exercise, you will be able to pump down the system, service the parts of brine chilling evaporator, leak test after assembly. Now, let us take a look at the equipment, materials and tools required to do this exercise.
Tools or instruments required are ring spanner set 1 set, double end spanner set 1 set, pipe wrench 1 number, screw spanner 1 number, hammer 2 kg 1 number, chisel 1 number, scriber 1 number. Equipment required: multiple brine chillers 1 number. Materials required: hydrochloric acid, trichloroethylene, brass brush 1 number, brass scrubber 1 number, 3 mm thick compressed asbestos fiber sheet 1 into 3 meters, banya cloth. What is a chiller? A chiller is a device that extracts heat from a load and releases it into the environment using a refrigeration system. This cooling mechanism is favored in power plants and other large facilities. Essentially, it comprises a system with either ethylene glycol and water or simply water, along with circulation components. The cooling fluid is pumped from the reservoir to the equipment needing cooling. There are also air-cooled chillers, which dissipate heat using fans, a more common and modern choice in power plants. Let us look at the types of chillers. Water-cooled chiller. Water-cooled chillers are equipped with a cooling tower, resulting in higher efficiency compared to air-cooled chillers. They achieve greater efficiency because they condense based on the ambient temperature bulb temperature, which is lower than the ambient dry bulb temperature. Air-cooled chiller. In situations where aesthetics, environmental conditions, or water access are constraints, air-cooled chillers can be used. Both types of chillers rely on airflow for heat transfer. The distinction lies in the method. Water-cooled chillers utilize a humid air stream, ambient air stream plus water spray, while air-cooled chillers use ambient air alone. There is also another type of chiller called brine-cooled chillers. A brine chiller is a cooling system that utilizes a mixture of water and salt, which is brine, to extract heat from a process or application and transfer it to a cooling unit. In this system, the brine solution flows through a heat exchanger, absorbing heat from the process, and then moves to a cooling source, like a refrigeration system, where it releases the heat and returns to its original temperature. Brine is preferred for cooling because it remains in a liquid state at lower temperatures compared to plain water, making it suitable for chilling applications requiring low temperatures. Adding salt to water further decreases the freezing point of the solution, enhancing the brine's ability to transport heat efficiently at a relatively low cost. Various salts can be used to create a brine solution for chillers, with sodium chloride, NaCl, being the most common due to its availability, affordability, and low freezing point, which makes it ideal for refrigeration purposes. Alternatives such as calcium chloride, CaCl2, and potassium chloride, KCl, offer even lower freezing points, suitable for applications demanding extremely low temperatures. When preparing the brine, it's crucial to carefully adjust the salt-to-water ratio to optimize its cooling efficiency while considering the risk of corrosion and other complications associated with higher salt concentrations. Ensuring thorough salt dissolution before using the brine is vital to prevent system blockages and maintain operational efficiency. Regular monitoring and maintenance are also essential for preserving the chiller system's performance over time. Now, let us look at the procedure to service the chiller. Task 1. System pumping. Turn off the system. Shut the liquid line. Temporarily bypass the electrical connection at the low pressure cutout switch. Activate the compressor drive motor. Monitor until the suction pressure decreases to 0.5 kg by square centimeter. Turn off the compressor drive motor. Promptly close the delivery discharge valve. Precaution: do not allow the compressor suction pressure drop to vacuum or allow oil to pump to the system. Shut the brine inlet and outlet valves. Empty the brine liquid from the cooler and store it in a sealed container. Task 2. Maintenance of brine evaporator components. Take off the end covers, head A and head B, ensuring gaskets are handled carefully. Inspect the tubes thoroughly. Internally clean each tube using the provided tube cleaning brush attached to a rod. Service the float assembly separately, then reassemble it. Remove and clean the side glass internally with a cloth before reattaching it. Perform maintenance on the safety valve and reattach it. Verify the pressure gauge for accuracy. Open the shell side drain to remove oil and dirt, then close the drain valves. Apply end-to pressure through the suction service valve. Monitor and record the pressure. Task 3. Leak testing after assembly. Use soap solution to check the tubes for leaks. If a leak is detected, take measures to fix it. Connect the vacuum pump line to the service valve. Start the vacuum pump and stop when it reaches 760 mm. Open the gas line to break the vacuum. Prepare new gaskets for the end covers. Reattach the end covers, head A and B. Open the brine valve to release any airlocks from the brine system. Externally inspect for any leaks in the brine system.
We have come to the end of the exercise. Thus, in this exercise, we have learned to pump down the system, service the parts of brine chilling evaporator, and to conduct a leak test after assembly. Thus, we have learned how to service water-cooled or brine-cooled chillers. Hope you have a clear understanding of this. Do this exercise with the help of your instructor. Thank you.